What's up, guys and gals? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everything's going your way, whatever way that be going. All right, so let's just get into it. All right. So when it comes to cryptocurrency and the stock market, and really anything that has potential to trade or make profits off of, there's one thing, and this is a difficult one. Yeah, obviously probably not for experienced traders, though it still could be. It just depends on your resilience and everything else. But I want to tell you why you should never ever sell when you see what is happening right now. For instance, I've been holding on to cryptocurrencies since 2017. This is nothing new to me. This is a big one, though. This is a big one, and it scares me every time. Of course it scares me. Of course it scares me. It scares everyone. Even people who have been investing their entire life, I'm sure it still scares them because no one really knows. I mean, the world could come to an end with, the stock market or crypto. It's all possible. It's probably not going to happen, but at a certain point, it's out of your control. You see what I'm saying? So that being said, so Bitcoin was sitting at a market cap of 1 trillion 40 billion. I think it was about 50, 60 billion, so 1.6 or 1 trillion and 60 billion, or was it 600 billion? No, it was 60 billion, excuse me. So that being said, and then it just plummeted. It just boom. I mean, we're sitting at 899 billion market cap right now. And as you should know, whether you're new to the space or not, but Bitcoin kind of does control the price of everything else, altcoins, etc., etc. When Bitcoin goes down, usually everything else follows. Now, the reason that is I think a majority of people do have a portion of Bitcoin, maybe not a full Bitcoin or a couple Bitcoins, though there are those individuals, okay? And then they have, other coins that they're interested, whatever. Everyone has different preference, but all across the board, there's people all around the world, especially in the last few months, who have gotten into cryptocurrency, who have invested in other cryptocurrencies. Dogecoin, XRP, Mana, GRT, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So they have a portion or maybe one of the bigger cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, or something like that, and then they have a bunch of altcoins or certain percentages or whatever, right? All across the board. So you have all these inexperienced and even the experience, because everyone is different and we don't know what everyone is holding. Maybe someone was holding 3, 4, 5 Bitcoin. They're freaking out. They sell everything. However, they've been holding for since 2018 or something. Everyone is different with their preference, and everyone is different with their resilience and their discipline. But what you need to understand, what you really need to understand, is everything, unless something goes to a complete end, which is very unlikely. But if you are in it to be rich, or you're waiting for adoption because you're still going to be rich, or whatever it is is your preference, what you need to realize, what you need to fully understand, what you need to grasp and wrap it around your mind, is the price will always go back up. Maybe it'll take a while this time around, maybe it'll shoot back up, but it is inevitable. It will always go back up. It will, unless something ends, it always goes back up, and you need to wrap your mind around that. Now, that being said, I think that a good trader, investor, whatever you want to call it, you take your profits. Now, here's the thing, and this is difficult. This is the part that even me, I even have an issue doing it. But say you're up 10 times or 20 times. Take your money back. Your initial investment, get it back. Maybe a little bit more. It's personal preference. Some people do it based off 10%, 20%, 30%. So they'll sell 30% when they're up super high. Now they made a profit. They haven't really lost. Now if you put it back in when it goes back down, that's your own preference. That's smart. You can accumulate, a giant mountain of a certain asset. So that being said, it's something you need to kind of teach yourself. It's scary to do, but once you've done it a few times and you've made your money, I think it's important. It's very important to take your profits. If Bitcoin is at an all-time high, and I get it, it's at an all-time high, it's at 56,000, and you have like 30% of Bitcoin, and you're like, oh, this is crazy, and part of you is thinking, I want to sell all of it, or I want to sell a percentage. I could sell like this and get like $20,000 right now, or whatever, right? Whatever, right? I'm just giving an example. But the fear is that you don't, and the reason you don't, because you're excited and you don't want to lose out, and you're almost kind of tight. You're a little bit greedy. You're greedy because you're like, oh my gosh, I could go to 100,000 if I sell everything, or if I even sell this much, then I'm going to be down. And that is the concept you need to get out of your mind, because just look at the history. Look, it always goes back down. Here's a perfect example. Perfect example. March 2020 was not that long ago. I mean, it was almost a year ago, but really in reality, it wasn't that long ago, okay? Bitcoin was at $5,000. Wrap that around your mind. Okay, Bitcoin in 2017, December to January 2018 was in its all-time high of 19,000 and whatnot. It always goes back down. It always goes back. And it's not just Bitcoin's case, it's everything's case. Now, obviously, there's going to be a point of no return. There is going to be a point of no return. Bitcoin is never going to hit $1,000 again. Is it possible? Yeah, but is it likely? No, not really. It would have to be the end. There is no end until the world ends, or someone hacks and destroys. There's just no end, okay? There's never an ending, so don't let that be your fear. Don't let that be what holds you back. When there are profits available, you take your profits. It's personal preference on what you want to take, but it's smart to maybe profit what your initial investment was, okay? And maybe a little bit more. It's up to you. But it is smart to take back the money you originally invested. Now you're up, and if it goes back down again, you buy more. Now you have more. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I get it. Oh, do I get it? I hold like 70 different cryptocurrencies, and I understand how hard it is to sell even a percentage to make a profit. I get it. Trust me. I get it. But it's something you should really focus on doing. Whether it is supposed to be a long-term investment or not, it's good to take profits when profits are available. It will make you feel better. And otherwise, you're just going to always kick yourself in the ass. Because I'm sure right now, those of you who haven't sold, you still kick yourself in the ass thinking to yourself, Dogecoin will give an example. Wow, Dogecoin was at 7 cents. I could have sold all of it, or I could have sold a giant percentage, and I could have bought an even bigger position in Dogecoin and had a profit made. I understand. I get it. I do. It's important. And I'm not saying sell everything of one cryptocurrency that you have, but make the profit. When profits are available, when you're up 100 times, 1,000 times, 20 times, 10 times, take your initial investment back at least, and maybe a few change. It's smart, it's difficult, and it is a discipline that you need to build. It is a discipline that you need to master. If you can do this, you will become very wealthy and very rich. Look at the charts, look at the history. It's a roller coaster. It's up, it's down. There may be the point of no return. Sure, it's just a rare one. It's so rare to happen. Again, March 2020, Bitcoin was at $5,000. There are the possibilities of point of no return, but you can't rely on that so much and be so scared of that and terrified of that you don't take your profits, and you're always buying too high and then freaking out, and now you're at the bottom and your entire portfolio is just in the tank. Otherwise, think about it like this. Would you rather be this guy on the left, takes his good amount of profit, it tanks, instead he buys more and even saves a little bit in the stash just in case? It's your own personal preference. But would you rather be that guy? Now it goes back up. Boom. He has a bigger position. He has more money. His capital has grown. And he rinses and repeats. He just rinses and repeats. He rinses and repeats. He rinses and repeats, right? Okay? Or would you like to be on the right, who never fucking sells. And it's not a bad thing. It's just, I know how it makes you feel because it makes me feel the same way. And that's why it's better to be the guy on the left than the guy on the right who just never sells and holds through all the dips, the ups, the downs, the ups, the downs. You can build your capital up being Mr. Lefty versus Mr. Righty, okay? And it's a resilience that you have to build. It's a discipline that you have to build, but you got to start somewhere. So start with one of your altcoins that you have a lot of, and next time it is pumping, it's just boom, boom, boom. Get your initial investment back. Get it back. Chill with it. Do what you want with it. Maybe put it diversify it. Maybe put it into something else. Keep it in the stash. It's okay. Whatever your personal preference is. But what I want to focus on, and this isn't just for the newbies, this is for everyone who invests in cryptocurrency or even stocks for that matter, because it plays the same principle. Take your profits when they're available. Start somewhere. Don't be scared, and don't let, oh no, it may keep going. And don't be greedy. If you're greedy, you're just going to sit with the same pile. You're never going to build up your capital. It's smart. I'm telling you, it's smart to do this. I sold some Bitcoin last night, and then I put it into Ethereum. Is that a smart decision? It's a controversial subject, but yes, it is a smart decision, and that's my personal opinion. And the reason is, now I have a bigger position on Ethereum, and I know Ethereum will go back up, and when Ethereum goes back up, I'll buy my same percentage back of Bitcoin. Sure, Bitcoin could blow up to 60,000, 70,000. It is what it is, but is it going to be no return to where it's at right now? That's unlikely. We would have to have full global adoption to have a no return scenario. Anyways, this video is 11 minutes and 35 seconds long, so I apologize. Like, comment, subscribe, and comment below what you think on this, and if you think I sound stupid or what, but this is pretty logical stuff, and it's smart. It's smart trading. Anyone who is an experienced trader, this is what they do. And I get it's difficult for a lot of people, and it's really the mindset that you have. So it's smart to take profits, and everyone who panics sells everything like they did last night, whether it's whatever crypto, because all across the board, we just had boom, people just, that's a lot sold out of Bitcoin alone, amateurs, I assume, not big pocket holders. Anyways, share this video, please, because it's going to help other people kind of realize and understand that they shouldn't be selling, and they should be taking on Mr. Left's strategy versus Mr. Right's. All right. Thank you. Peace.